Hi, it's Pam again. Welcome back and welcome to our little trailer out in the desert. So I thought I'd take you on a little bit of a tour around the trailer and you can see how we're living out here when we're on the road. So Bob's helping me to start out with, and then I'm going to take it from there. So this is right outside our door, and you can see we are right now in the Organ Pipe Cactus National Monument, and it's about 75 outside, I think, today.
Yeah.
And no wind.
And
and
the wall over there.
Very comfortable. And the picnic table, we have our bikes that we take along with us and our grill. Bob's celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday, Bob. We have our awning out for a while. We can do that when it's not windy. And we have awnings on the other windows as well. So we are in a nice campground here that's very handy. So let me take you inside. Now, this end of the trailer is our everything to do end. We watch some TV here. I sew here. We play a game here. We read here. Anything we want. And this is for our meals as well. So you can see we have a nice panoramic window. The curtains will pull back farther so you can see clear around. And then we have curtains over here. Our little Tibetan prayer flags and a TV. And oh, I wanted to show you this too. Here's a little ditty I made with to go in the trailer. And let's see, here's the kitchen now. We're already in the kitchen. And you can see, oh, it's kind of left that sitting up, but it's a nice deep sink. The cabinet here is round, which is kind of cool, but we have had problems with the doors because the hinges have come loose very easily with the shaking while we're traveling and vibration, and we're going to have to come up with something different to keep those doors in place. This that I laid down here, this is actually an oil change pan from Walmart, I think, and I use it for a basin if I want to hold water down in the bottom of the sink. A couple dirty dishes, a few of our essentials sitting around here. The cabinets above are where we keep most of our kitchen stuff and our artwork, and some food stuff and more food stuff. And there, that goes back pretty deep. Microwave if we want to use that. Not using it right now because we aren't hooked up to electricity. And another pull-out shelf for pots and pans. We have a little 3-burner stove, and an oven is a gas stove, and then some drawers for holding other things. And there's right behind me is the fridge, and there's storage up above and below that. And then this is our only closet, and let's see, yeah, it's not too messy. You can see there's a shelf up on top. We installed these baskets that we got at the Container Store, and then this is just one of those little plastic cabinets that we had at home. So this is like our big junk drawer and tool spot in there, and the baskets here are my clothes. Yes, ladies, that's all the clothes I have. That's all that I brought along with me, except for my like bulky things like a couple sweaters and a jacket. And this is for a little bit of storage for some of my sewing stuff. This is my sewing machine bag. Right next to that is our little tiny shower, which comes in very conveniently. Even though you might think it's terribly small, it really feels good. Right behind me we have the bathroom, and I put up these mirror sticker tiles on the bathroom door because we didn't have like a longer mirror to use. Bathroom is pretty ordinary, not much to see in here. There is another cabinet underneath the mirror, so we can put a lot of stuff away in here. And then right back here is the whole bedroom setup. Might hear a little noise of somebody else driving by on the road and through the campground. So this is just a queen size bed, but that's what we have at home, so we're fine with that. We each have a little nightstand. Oh, there's also a TV in here, which is really not used. I put up one of these shelves. These are from the Command Strips, makes one of these shelves, and it's stuck on the wall really well. I've been surprised. The pictures are loose, so I have to remember to take those off there when we are driving. Otherwise, I find them on the floor when we get someplace. And let's see, and then have a little bit of hanging space there. I have a little bit down below as well. Underneath the bed, you can see we have quite a bit of storage space under there. So Bob keeps clothes here in this spot, which he can pull out from the side. And I keep my quilting and sewing projects in this spot, which again, I can pull out from the side. And then the center is just some more supplies, finding places to keep shoes and everything like that. So I'm gonna put that down. And then up above the beds, we also have storage there that Bob uses this for his clothes on an everyday basis, and mine is used for some of my sewing stuff, knitting, overflow, my tripod, my iron, all of that stuff is up there. So that's the sum total of our space. The trailer is 27 feet long, and we love it. We're having a great time with it. So thanks for visiting. Bye. Okay, so we finished up that little tour. I hope you enjoyed a chance to look around inside the trailer where we have made a little temporary home. We still have our home back in Minnesota, which we love, and we love having the trailer to be able to move around in and go some other places that we ordinarily wouldn't have. It's an affordable way to travel for us, and it's a very comfortable way to travel. We can go at a slow speed. We can cover more miles if we need to, but we travel at a pretty slow speed and enjoy what we're doing. So I guess that's what counts. And I have a couple of comments that I wanted to follow up on for you. I have some notes here. Okay. When I started the earlier part of the video, when I was standing outside and panning around to show you what our front yard basically looked like here, when I panned over to the left, I wanted to point out, in case you can see it, that you can get a glimpse of the U.S.-Mexican border wall down there. We are about 5 miles north of the border right now, and we did drive down there because we needed to find a post office. And there is a little tiny town there called Lukeville, and their post office is named the Gringo Pass Post Office, which I think was pretty pertinent for us gringos. And there's a gas station and a cafe, I think, in the town there, and then a huge, because it's an official border crossing, there is a huge setup there with security and all sorts of inspection equipment and personnel there, and we just avoided all of that. So anyway, I wanted to mention that to you while we're here. I also wanted to point out that the curtains that you see here and in our bedroom also are not the stock curtains that come in the Airstream. The stock curtains are like an off-white, and I wanted to change them and get a little bit more color in here. But they're a special kind of curtain because they run on a track, and there are little hooks and attachments up here that hold it up to the top track and the bottom track. And so I didn't really want to mess around with making that all over again. And what I ended up doing was to take off the original curtains and basically kind of sew a slip cover onto them with the new fabric and put them back up. I didn't have to remove the little fasteners or sliders and put them back in the track. So that was good. And plus they're a really good light blocking curtain. So I kind of wanted to still have that effect, and it really turned out well. I'm glad that I was able to do that with, it didn't take a lot of sewing talent, but just a little patience. I really love the fabric that I got to put up on this curtain here. It was kind of a special fabric that I had held on to for a little while, and glad that I found a place to put it and that I had enough of it to make the set of curtains that go over here. So that was kind of fun. I did make another little short video about how I made those curtains, and I will be putting that up on my site here also, in case you want to look at that. I had shared it previously on Facebook with some of the Airstream Facebook groups that I belong to, and on those groups we share ideas and information and tips. So I had shared it there previously, but not on my regular YouTube channel. I also wanted to mention that a lot of things in here are decorative, that are being held up with command hooks. They are working great for us. As long as I clean the wall really well before I stick anything on it. I use some alcohol and wipe it down, let it dry. And I've used both the Velcro type and then just the flat strip type, depending on what I'm mounting. And so I've done it with the shelf in the bedroom. I have on the cabinet where I pointed out the artwork. That was artwork by Jack. I have a magnetic strip fastened to the cabinet up there so I can attach different pictures whenever I get some new artwork. So I've done a lot of things with the command strips, and I can attest to the fact that they do work in here. Also, another thing that's stuck up with the command hooks that I breezed by when I was telling you about the closet. On the outside doors of the closet, I have mounted some thin metal sheets. I think I got them at Menards. They maybe are for sign making or something. I'm not really sure, but they're very thin. And I put those up on the cabinet, the closet doors, and we collect stickers and magnets from places that we've been to with the trailer. As that's kind of our little scrapbook. We don't have room to collect any big souvenirs, so that serves very well, and it's a good visual reminder of places we've been. So I enjoy doing that. Inside the closet, I wanted to clarify also, I mentioned that I have those white storage drawers. I wanted to clarify that those are a product made by Elfa, E-L-F-A, and the Container Store is the place that I got them because they do carry a lot of different sizes and shapes of those. This happens to be the extra narrow frame with 7 runners on it. And it is just tall enough to fit underneath a horizontal bar that's a clothes rod inside that closet. I didn't want to take the clothes rod down but I haven't really used it for hanging clothes. I have been hanging some other things on it. But we did have to fasten the frame of the drawers onto some wood and then fasten that down to the floor of the closet in there to make it sure they weren't going to wobble or tip over or anything like that. So that has worked really well. You can get the narrow baskets, and if you did all narrow baskets, you could have 7 of them on there. And I have a couple of the deeper baskets for bigger clothes items. And so I've worked out a combination that works for me. And I know a lot of other people have been installing those in their RVs and trailers from pictures that I've seen shared on Facebook. Oh, we did find out on this trip, the first time we noticed this, the floor underneath where that shelf unit is was weakening and starting to split. So we put in, I shouldn't say we, because Bob did it, some L brackets all the way around on those shelves underneath to help secure them and give them a little reinforcement so they don't fall through to the bottom. So we wouldn't want something like that happening with, I didn't think my clothes were that heavy. There's hardly any clothes in there, but apparently it's too heavy. Another thing I wanted to point out to you is that there's a wall in the kitchen by our stove that I have put some adhesive wallpaper on. It's a white with gray like tick marks on it. And that is a wallpaper that I bought at Lowe's. It is made by the Scott brothers. It's called Scott Living. And this one is called Modern Magic in the charcoal color. There's a whole lot of these out there now available. It's like an upgraded contact paper. It was pretty easy to apply. Did take a little bit of learning to understand that I need to like cut a paper template to fit around notches and curves and things like that, so I don't waste the contact paper. So I've enjoyed doing that, and I have enough to do another wall. I might do the one where the TV is sitting here in the sitting area. So I think that's about all I wanted to add to that, and that's plenty of time. So let me know what you think. Leave some comments or constructive criticism or requests for other information. Thank you.